Jake and Elizabeth and I were all in a group chat together, so I did get to talk to Elizabeth for a little bit.
She's shady.
But I could tell straight after that conversation that Elizabeth was just not somebody that I felt like I could trust at all. The way that she was talking. So it was pretty much either me, her, Carrie, or Dot, right, up for elimination.
Okay.
And I threw it out there that Carrie would be the easy vote. You know, she was the only one from Team Rona on our team. None of us really had any kind of connection or allegiance to her based on, you know, who we'd been with before. So let's just take this one easy. Let's vote out the easy player and keep moving forward. And in like pretty much the same sentence, Elizabeth was like, I feel like we should vote out a stronger player, but I'm not going to vote for Dot. And I was like, well, I'm the only one left, girl. So
oh, God.
Let's have a convo then.
I kind of suspected that if anyone might understand how I feel about getting rid of Meg, my gut just told me maybe it's Elizabeth. And that was also confirmed in my chat with Dot and Alex and Meg and Jake, where they said that Elizabeth's ass was almost gone. And I was like, okay, well, give me this leverage.
Dude, they almost voted my ass out last night.
Me too. I'm telling you right now, they're gunning for the cleaners and Q is leading the fucking pack.
Well, me and Dot and Alex just talked about that. We're voting her ass out.
Yes. Okay. So we have the numbers. Okay. Alex is on exile though. He can't vote. We have you and me, Dot, Jake, and Hassan. That's 5 against Q, Dee, Elizabeth, and Patrick, who have 4. So we have the numbers to get her out, but we have to stay solid us 5. If we continue staying us 5, we will have the numbers to make it to final 5, and then the cleaners are good to final 4, and then it's every man for himself.
I'm good with that.
Hassan, oh my God, I'm so glad you're here. You guys have no idea. I've been like fighting the good fight so hard. This game has got me fucked in my head.
As far as I'm concerned, she's out. Like, she's gone. She stabbed me in the back yesterday. Fuck that. She's gone.
So I'm going to have to sink in a lot of information moving forward. As far as the cleaners, it seems as though there is a big red target pointed at us.
We're all still, I think, dedicated to getting the cleaners as far as we can. And they seem 100% on board with also voting out Q.
We have to stay solid.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Exactly.
Should we just get right into the tea and the gossip? Are we ready to go?
Let's do it.
Okay, so Elizabeth, the word on the street is that you pissed a lot of people off last night at Tribal.
Well, here's what actually happened is someone told me that Meg was going to vote me out. And so I say, okay, if Meg's going to vote me out, then I'm going to vote Meg out.
So the way that they painted it was, I had a conversation with Dot, Jake, and Meg, and they painted it as you mentioned Meg's name first, I guess, to Dot or whoever, and wanted to potentially go after a blindside on Meg, which I support. I think that's a fantastic idea. She's clearly the strongest player in the game. And they decided, Jake, Meg, and Dot all agreed that it was going to be you up until it wasn't. And I guess Dot was the swing vote on that.
So yeah, I really appreciated Q's commentary. My concern is that it seems like no one is on board with Q, so I'm hesitant to completely align with her right at the moment, especially since that conversation with Q and Patty went a little interesting.
But we also fumbled and kept a Cleaners member, if Patty wants to bring that up, of why Cleaners is now going into the merge 4 strong.
Just wait. I understand you're a little upset with me, and rightfully so. So let me explain my strategy.
I'm not upset, just disappointed. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, upset, disappointed, whatever. All semantics here.
The goal right now, if we're not weakening the Cleaners, every single person is playing for second, as far as I'm concerned. Because Meg and Jake are a threat.
Okay.
And
we also have some time, so if we can vote Meg off tomorrow, I'm willing to do that. I understand she's a threat, and I had to do what I thought was best at the time.
You've already promised me your word that you were going to go after Meg and that was going to be the first agenda, and I thought that was assumed by voting off Rayleigh. So I
Okay.
mean, like, how
So-
does your word have any? Your word is not bond because you've broken it before. And I've only been honest with you because if you were a target, I would have told you to your face, like I pretty much did the first time you were a target.
Okay. So I understand that, and moving forward, my vote, I'll vote the. I also promised that I would do what I could do to take Meg out. Did I not?
You did, but then you took
So
Carrie
that's-
Kay out.
Well, I couldn't vote. I couldn't very well vote against Meg last evening, and I had to vote against the person who I thought was going to take me out the most. So my word is still my bond, and if I can vote Meg out tomorrow,
Q is part of my original team, and I know I burned some bridges with her and created some bad blood, but other than that, her allegations at this point are very baseless, and I already made my intentions clear, so I guess it's just my task from this point on, or my duty, to prove to her that she's a little bit off with that assumption.
The Online Survival 2 Merge Tribal Council has yet to be topped. The cleaners came into the merge 4 strong plus Dot, who became an honorable cleaner thanks to his connection with Meg and Jake. Q had been trying to take down Meg since before she even had a chance because they were not on the same team. Elizabeth wanted to take out Meg too, and they were on the same team during the tribe swap. Patty swore to Q he was going to take Meg out of this game. This all was a big dramatic culmination in this merge vote tribal council.
Hello, everybody. How's it going tonight?
Hold on.
It's going, man.
Meg, that never sounds good when you do that.
I'm shaking.
Hi, Patty.
Literally shaking.
Is it that bad?
My first question is for you, Patty. How does it feel to win the safety at this chaotic merge?
I feel that this luck that I experienced in the past 24 hours could easily be anyone else's. I just happened to be the better trivia person yesterday. I'll chalk it up as simply as that.
Meg, how has the start of the merge been?
Absolutely chaotic.
Dot, would you agree?
Yes. It's been madness.
Why has it been madness, Jake?
I mean, it has. I think there's a couple people that think they're calling the shots, and I certainly don't think I am, but I know from what I've heard that a lot of people are jousting for power.
Elizabeth, are you feeling this joust for power?
I definitely feel a lot of different sides. I think it's tough because Team Dunn is the smallest and so feels the least powerful by potential powerful majorities.
Meg, is there any animosity from the last 2 tribals, at least on your team, your old second team?
I'd like to comment on that.
I think there
Well,
was
Meg
a little bit of animosity from the tribal that I was in, just because I think we found out where people stood when we didn't have a whole lot of conversation leading up to that, at least that I knew of. But I think there is a ton of animosity now. I have no really idea where it came from, but it is hot and heavy.
Jake, what did you want to say on that?
Yeah, last tribal, or like right before it, I don't think it's anything personal with Elizabeth, but she did lie right to my face. So it's just tough to want to like not get people like that out, if that makes sense.
I think
Elizabeth, what are your thoughts on that?
Shots fired.
I was gonna say I was lied to my face as well, so I feel like pretty much everyone is lying here right now.
No, we told you we were voting Carrie.
I like that segue.
Q, I'm gonna to put Dot's eyeball away and bring in Patrick for a second. Is there any animosity between you, Patty, Rayleigh from the last vote on your team?
Absolutely, but I think my animosity is towards the person that's not here tonight, which is Alex.
Alex.
Coming for you. If he's lurking and watching this, there's definitely a lot of animosity towards Alex. I'm not even gonna lie.
And may I interject, because I keep going in and out. It was actually nice to see Jake's face for the first time. I've never seen him before. Obviously his reputation precedes him. But Rayleigh, I know you are in the hot seat right now too, from what I've heard on the street, and I'm gonna call on that favor for saving your ass the other night. Okay?
I hear you, brother.
So
I got
I'm
you.
gonna call that favor, and you know what needs to be done tonight. And I'm not gonna mention any names other than maybe think about that person on the team cleaners that maybe a female personality that you need to eliminate tonight, moving forward. Mainly Meg. I'm just gonna put it out on the table. If you want to take
Damn, that was cold.
right now.
I have to bring in Meg after that one.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Would you like to comment on this?
Whoa.
I think people underestimate how strong the cleaners are. I think they're trying to put cracks in where they want to find places to put cracks, and I don't think that the four of us are falling for it.
Even the strongest pot cracks, but you know what? You four piranhas are going to be put in that pot all at once, and it's going to get really interesting very quickly. So just remember that shit when we're moving forward.
God, Patty!
That pot's got to crack.
Well, I think you also have to remember the fact that you pointed out that you're on the bottom of your team over there, and you possibly have people coming for you, and it wasn't the cleaners up until maybe right now.
Oh, you know what? I'm willing to have that data going on right now, but I also have my obligations and my duties to pay to my former teammates. So, Q, here it is. I put it out. I made my word good. You said my word was my bond, so it is what it is. And if I get taken out, I'm willing to accept that tomorrow. So, fuck it. Who cares?
Hassan, would you like to comment on this target on the cleaners?
Yeah, I mean, from conversation, I think Meg is the biggest target. However, things can change momentarily at any time.
I mean, let me ask a question. Do you want to play the game with somebody that wants to play the game, or do you want to play the game with somebody that wants to sit back, like somebody that's on the screen right now?
Who is sitting back on the screen?
I think Elizabeth is somebody that throughout this game, as far as I can see, has kind of sat back very quiet. She doesn't say very much. She hasn't done a whole lot. So I'm going to call it out and say what it is right now. I have animosity against her for throwing my name out in the first tribal, but I think that's the biggest game move she tried to make, and it was a dumb move because it didn't work. So do you want to play the game? Do you all want to play? Let's fucking play. Get rid of the person that's not playing.
Hey, Meg, this competitive spirit is why people are so scared of you, dog.
Listen, I'm trying to do what I can to save myself. My ass is on the block right now. My ass is on the block right now, so I'm going to say what I have to say.
Elizabeth, would you like to comment on that? Are you sitting back?
Sure. I think there are very different personalities in this room, and I'm a person that definitely takes things in, processes it, has conversations one-on-one with people the way that I think that the conversations best proceed. I'm not someone that calls something to people's faces. I am very strategic, and I think strategic people like other strategic people out of the game have a better chance, just as people do in Survivor.
The shade in this conversation is hilarious.
Q, would you like to comment on the situation? I believe you said something about if you're in the jury, you would vote for Meg and Jake. Would you like to explain that?
Yeah, so what I meant by that is I think that going back to Meg's comment about, do we want to play the game? Absolutely we want to play the game. But I think a lot of us also want to win the game, and I don't think that taking you or Jake to the final is a winning move. And I think right now, if we take a lot of the people from the cleaners, we're all playing for second, because I can see right here you've played a beautiful game. And you also just kind of said that the cleaners were trying to find cracks and there aren't any, so you guys need to be broken then if there are no cracks.
Good luck.
whether or not we were going to come into the merge as 4, we've been pushed into that direction, and now we have no choice but to be 4 because people are coming after us, and they've made that very clear.
Can I comment on that though? Because,
sure.
And I think maybe it's worth bringing Rayleigh in, because when I had my one-on-one with Rayleigh the night that she was definitely in the bottom, she said that you guys were close. She mentioned your name, Meg. She mentioned Jake, and she mentioned Hassan. So
of course we were close. We didn't know anybody else in the game but each other. Of course
Why
we were
are you
close.
acting like that's a big... Wait, stop.
But
I gotta ask.
don't put it stop, because it can't go
Why
both
are you
ways. It
acting
can't,
like...
no,
Why are you
because it
acting like
can't
it's a
go.
big
All right, you're
fucking
gonna mute her and
surprise?
shut her the fuck up, or can I
Why
talk?
are you acting like that's
Because
a
it
fucking
can't go
surprise?
both ways. It can't go both ways. It can't
Tell
be that,
me one
oh,
thing
well,
I
we were the
told
only
you.
people that we know.
Tell
All right, she's fucking
one
gaslighting,
fucking
and
thing
we'll shut
that
the
I
fuck
told
up.
you
So go ahead, really.
that I wouldn't tell anybody else. Tell me one fucking thing that I told you that I didn't specifically tell each and every one of my fucking teammates.
Well, I think the point is, if
Tell me one fucking thing I told you that I didn't
If
say.
you would
to them.
shut the fuck up, and let me say what I'm trying to say then.
Get it out, motherfucker.
I think the point is,
Come on.
Goddamn.
Really, I think you gotta stop.
Who's fucking talking to you? Who is?
No,
well, I'm going to put in, I have to take Q and Rayleigh out for a moment so I could speak. I think the point is, how can the cleaners say they're not together but that there's no crack? Patty, after you said earlier Rayleigh owes you something, but if she's team cleaners, how could she owe you?
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. This got ugly very quickly.
Somebody's lying.
No, I'm just saying, this got ugly very quickly and really lost her temper, and that's not very becoming of her. It was kind of convenient that Meg said they hadn't had the opportunity to spread her wings. I see that Meg is the rooster and Jake is the hen, and Hassan and those guys are just the rest, you know. So just think about
I'm
that.
just chilling. What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying you're.
What you mean the red?
I can't say every time, every single
rooster
person that I've
crows.
talked with in the cleaners mentions Meg's name. Your name always come up, Meg. So to be honest, it's your team's fault.
The rooster crows and the hen bit behind. So just think about that from the farm aspect. But there's no.
Well,
hard
that's a
feelings,
shot
so
at you,
Rick,
Jake.
It's all good.
Just think about
I don't
that. No, it's all good.
I like your hat, Lucky Patty. It looks good, bro. That's all I can say. I like your
Thanks,
hat.
man. Thanks.
No
I like
problem.
the.
I hope you have a nice night.
Everyone's crazy, so everyone just do whatever they want to do. I don't know. I mean, shoot.
Elizabeth, what should be behind tonight's vote?
Wow, so much feistiness here. I mean, everyone individually is just trying to figure out what keeps them in the game, and that's what we're all deciding.
Oh, but it didn't stop there.
Fuck you,
So,
That does.
are you all ready to vote then? Are you ready to vote?
So, Nick, before we vote, I do have something to say. You know, Q, I think, said it best, that going into tonight, we all have to play what's best for our individual game and not play for second. So, with that being said, I am going to use the safety without power advantage and leave tribal now, and keep myself safe for the night.
All right. Well, Meg is out of here, so
We'll see you
she
later,
can't
Meg.
vote, but she also cannot be voted out.
Can we put in the
Meg,
chat
you must now
Meg's name,
leave.
or what?
Good luck, and I hope everybody, my cleaners, understand my decision.
Take it easy, Meg.
Do I have to go now? I can't watch?
Yeah, you have to come step back.
Okay.
Well, with Meg leaving, you have some last questions for each other, or not? Are you ready to vote, or do you have more questions for each other?
I don't have any questions.
I'm confused as to
Alright,
why
well
Meg
then.
would ditch us like that. What did you say, Jake?
She just played
said
the
I'm
fuck out of
confused.
everybody. That was funny.
I'm confused as to why
That was
Meg would
hilarious.
leave us like, kind of messed up. I mean, I knew it was coming, but it's still a little messed up.
And it didn't even stop there. That is why if anybody's watching this and ever plays a future online survival, can this merge tribal council ever be topped? I hope one day maybe some players can top it, but it didn't end here. There was more to come during this tribal.
On that note, it is time to vote. have the results. If anybody has an advantage and wants to use it, now would be the time to do so.
Well, I think I probably pissed a lot of people off tonight, so I'll go ahead and just play my idol as well.
Q has a safety card. Any vote against Q tonight will not count. First vote is for Q, which does not count. Next vote is for Q, which does not count. Next vote is for Q, which does not count. Next vote is for Q, which does not count. And fifth vote for Q, which also does not count, leaving us with 3 votes left. Next vote is for Jake. Next vote is for Rayleigh. The next person voted out of the game is Rayleigh has been voted out.
Wow.
Q, that was smart, sis. That was smart, sis. Q, good play.
What can I say? Crazy,
An epic tribal council, one for the history book. Still, my favorite moment in any of these games because so much went into it, so many different stories, so much drama. Good shit.
I think like everyone hates everyone else right now and is just fired up. I was thinking last night that, you know, so far in the game, I've just been like, okay, this is a fun thing I'm doing every evening. And last night I was like, wow, it got real. Like, this is legit. And as I was saying, I was thinking, oh, online Survivor, it's just an online game. It's not going to be that dramatic. And it was like, this is more dramatic than Survivor. And some of the language people were using last night was way more than you would see on Survivor. So apparently it can be equally as feisty, if not more, in an online environment.